Hello everybody, this is Carol from Friendly Quail, and it is Tuesday, so I am trying something new. Today I'm going to make watercolor swatches, and I watched my dear friend Anna from Made by Granat, and I asked her to show me how she did it because I loved hers, and I guess I'm scared of paints because I haven't done a lot with paint. So I did have this little tiny watercolor box, and I'm going to use that. And I have a couple of paintbrushes. I have kind of a round one and a flat angle one. And so I'm going to try some things, and I have some different papers. So I'm not sure how it's going to work. Some of these are really old. This is newspaper. This is a book page. Now, Anna said, just play and have fun. So that's what I am going to try to do. So I'm going to start with, I think I'll use like this side right here to start with, which is white, yellow, orange, red, light brown, and reddish brown and dark brown. So I am going to start with this yellow, and I'm going to do it on a couple different papers using the same one. And okay. And another thing she did is she kind of went on the white and mixed it. So I'm going to do that too. And here goes nothing. I'm going to make a little circle. That's the white. And I'm trying a little bit on another one. And let's try it on here. I hope you can see this. Yeah, I think you can. Okay. Now I'm going to go to another yellow. I have a little bit of white in there. Interesting on different papers, what they do. And making circles right now. Let's see. Let's take a little bit of orange and put it in with that yellow. Okay. It's the day after Memorial Day. And we had a potluck yesterday at our clubhouse. So that was fun. And I sat with the mom of Zoe, who I made the wedding journal from, and she showed me a picture where they had just found something new that they didn't know was in there. And she said that everybody likes it. So I was very happy. Okay. And even, she said, even her husband liked it. I mean, my friend, my person who I made it for, the mom, she said, even my husband thought it was great. Okay, I'm going to put some of this orange in here. And then I'm going to put a little red in it. So now I've got a red orange. A little bit different color, not a whole lot. Shows up a little different on every paper. Okay, and let's see. More red, just a little orange. There we go. It was fun. Anyway, it was a nice thing. They do a hot and hearty, they call it, once a month. But if there's they usually do them on Friday nights. But if they do it, I'm going to put a little brown in with this orange now. If they do it on Friday night, usually, oh, now I lost my train of thought. If they have a holiday, then we do it on the holiday. So like this was Monday, so Memorial Day on Monday, so that worked. So I am, let's see, maybe I'll go a little with the darker brown and do that. So anyway, people just make, I made a hot dish yesterday, and they have desserts, and there wasn't one single dessert that I could eat, because they had everything had wheat in it, including, they usually have ice cream. Well, guess what? The ice cream was cookies and cream. Okay. Let's get a little with the darker brown. Anyway, well, this is fun. I'm still feeling quite like out of my comfort zone. Let's get some of this darker brown. I'm not very good at just plain. I always want to be, have something be perfect. And this doesn't have to be perfect. And I keep telling myself that. But it's kind of scary for me. Let's see. Maybe I'll add a little of this. This is white that has a little bit of yellow in it. Okay. So it did get lighter. My circles aren't very good. Okay. Now let's put some yellow in there. All right. try this. Okay. Now, you can use these for collage or on ephemera, like on a label, not a label, a tag or a journal card. Let's put a little orange in there. Just trying to be like Anna and play. Okay. All right. Oh, all my life I have fear about doing anything that I would have to do new, and here I'm doing it in front of people on YouTube. So, you know, that perfection person in me wants to come out. And I don't like that. That circle got a little bigger. Now you can use these, you can rip apart the rose, and I imagine that's what I'll do for a lot of it. Okay, let's see. I want to get this a little darker. This is kind of a lighter brown. Okay. It's an orangey brown. Put some dark brown in it now. When I was a little kid, I took an art class in summer school, art. I went to a Catholic school, and the only art we had was a teacher showing us exactly how to make a picture. She drew it up on the blackboard, and we had to do exactly like what they did. And they tried to teach us some things like perspective and that type of thing. But I took an art class, and a lot of people still smoked back then. This is 60s or late 50s, maybe. Probably late 50s. And maybe I'll do a little black on with that. See what happens. Okay. Anyway, I made, it was like clay, and we went ahead and made an ashtray, which is why I was talking about everyone smoking. And then we painted it, and I wanted to put fish on mine, and so I decided that I was going to, I'm going to go to this side and do some black in here. and just do plain black. I decided I wanted fish. Now I could only draw those fish like little kids draw. They look just like those little goldfish. And the teacher came and he was like, "Oh no, you need to do fish like this." And he drew a real fancy fish. He painted it right on my little ashtray. Real fancy fish with all these fins and, you know, all kinds of different things. And I looked at his and I looked at mine and I thought, I can't do this. I'm not an artist. I can't paint. And so I kind of stopped. I did what I had to do for my school things, and I didn't try to take any art classes or anything. Although there was at one point where some artists from Chicago came up to where we lived in Wisconsin, and they had like an old schoolhouse that they had bought, and they were giving free art classes if you went. It was somewhere out in the country, and my mom would take us out there and drop us off and then come back and get us later. And they actually, I saved them for a long time. They actually taught us how to do some things. And I remember I did like a bird, and I thought it was really good. So I thought, well, maybe there's help for me. But I still never took any art classes. So high school and that, I took a lot of home ec classes. It's like, no art classes. I'm not good at this. And I thought, I'm just not creative because I couldn't draw very well. Of course, I never was encouraged to practice or try it. So, you know, who knows what would have happened if I would have did it. But I was an adult, and I did so many different hobbies, and I wanted to learn how to weave, but I didn't have a loom. So I started doing off loom weaving, and I thought they turned out really good. And I was like, well, maybe I am creative. I just can't draw. And that's kind of how I felt about it. Oh, let's just do this. Oops, some of the yellow got in there. I have a paper towel here. It's next to the yellow, so okay, let's do this again. Try this again. Anyway, I started realizing that you don't have to know how to draw to be creative. But then later, I actually started sketching. I saw this guy. I think I got a couple of books, and then when I lived at Colony Cove, I started, I joined the art club, and they encouraged me, and I then took a class, an art therapy class, where I had to do some stuff, and it really did help, because I was pushed out of my comfort zone. So that is what you need to do. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm like, okay, I'm not in my comfort zone. I need to push myself. I'm sure that these won't be in the same journals or anything. So let's see. Let's just add a little green to this. See if we can get a little bit. I should have tried some of the other shapes too. Yeah, it looks a little more aqua. Okay. And I think I'm going to get out another paper because these are full. Okay. That's pretty. I'm going to take this and start one on here. Okay. Get a little more green in there. My Fitbit is telling me, you need to move. You've been sitting here too long. Okay, I'll only be a little bit longer. All right. And okay, let's add some white. I end up with so much watery paint in here. I don't know why I get so much. Anyway, well, then when I took my art therapy class and I was pushed to do it, I realized I enjoyed painting. I bought myself a how-to watercolor book, but I haven't done it yet. Just because I have so many things I want to do. You know, there isn't enough hours in the day to be able to do everything that I would like to do. And I think that's okay. Through my life, I've done spinning, weaving, and all kinds of different needleworks. Knitting, crocheting, and needlepoint. I think I did every type of needlework that there is except bobbin lace, which I had a kit for and then I got rid of when we moved because I had had it for so many years. But I just get so excited about trying new things, and I think that's one of the reasons I like junk journaling so much, because the more you do, you experiment with things and you do lots of new things. Oh. Getting paler, and I like it. Now another thing Anna does when she does these is she draws circles, like, or around the circles she draws with a pen. She draws like 2 times around. And let's see. Let's try some reds and pinks. Let's see. Let's get some of that red in here. Anyway, I get bored easily, I guess. And so I don't want to I don't want to do the same thing all the time. So I can just keep trying new things in junk journaling. And I don't get bored. My friend Kathy gave me a ukulele. So that's something I want to play with. And we're getting pinker and pinker here. But I never really took music. I could sing, but I had to listen to the piano play it so that I knew what I was supposed to sing. But I'm really making a mess here. But that's okay. I find I start to I stop talking when I'm thinking. At least I don't stop thinking when I'm talking. Sure. All right, got a little yellow on that one. Let's do a little more red with it. maybe I should put some purple in it. This will give me kind of a lavender here. Kind of a boring color in a way. Shows up better on that paper. Let's make it darker. I'm losing my train of thought too. Probably wandering all over the place. Okay. All right. On Anna's, I'm going to link her video below. Anna's. And I am urging you to go watch hers. She knows more what she's doing in a way, but I also think that it's fun because she showed how she used it and she mixed colors to match with a fussy cut that she did. Okay, let's make that darker with black. Ooh, that's pretty. So, let's see here. Maybe some red. To make it more of a purple red. Reddish purple. Yeah, red purple. I shall be doing more of these probably because it is pretty easy. She was right about that for sure. And I know she puts, you know, pieces in her journal, or she uses them on tags, you know, but I know in the journal that I have, she just put a piece in a pocket with something else, and I just loved it. So I thought, I gotta try that. So I am going to end pretty soon because I think, you know, you can figure it out. And I'll finish these up and I'll rip them apart. I'm going to use my ruler to rip them apart. Maybe I'll do one right before I sign off. It is addictive, I have to say. I'm I'm finding that I really don't want to stop doing it. But I know I can't keep you here all day. Alright, I'm going to do one more on this, and then I'm going to quit. And I'm going to show you ripping it up. I'll just take this out of the white. So there. We'll let that dry. Let those dry. Going back to, I'll do this one. Here, let me wipe this up so I don't get paint all over it. Oh, I made a mess. I have a real mess. In fact, I'm going to take this off the white. You must use up white a lot faster than any other color. I have some watercolors that are in tubes that I bought when I very first started painting, even though I never really used them the right way. And I'm wondering, can you like put some of that in and it'll harden up kind of like that? And like refill your little paint thing? Okay. Get this up out of the way, and I'm going to, yeah, that one's dry. Okay, I'm going to take some of this off. All right. And I think I'll take the white off, kind of across the top, off the side here. I like this one because it had kind of like columns, so I could you know, kind of make it in rows easier. And let's see. I think I probably would rip this in half, so I don't want them real big. So we've got some of those. Let's see if I do this one. And these will be fun to put in my journals. So I hope that you don't let your fears keep you from doing things like I do sometimes. And you know what? If you love it, that's great. If you love it, do it, have fun, and doing something you love every day is the secret to happiness. As I tell you. Yeah, so these are skinnier. Let's do this one too. The other ones aren't dry enough yet. I might cut this one just in half and put two rows in like that. Okay, So this is fun. Try it. You'll like it. Anyway, that's it for Try Something New Tuesday today. Keep doing what you love, and I'll see you in the next video. This is Carol from Friendly Quail. Bye.